Today on Good Morning Maine, Brewer City leaders are asking for change to the Penobscot County budget, with concerns over its long-term sustainability. Plus, the Maine State Chamber of Commerce hosted their annual awards ceremony to highlight those who have had an impact on economic development. And the CEO for Motive Care responds to local lawmakers' call for Maine DHHS to strip the company's contract for providing transportation to Maine Care patients. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Janessa Bishop. Craig Colson is off for the day. We'll have those stories and much more coming up, but just a quick reminder that today is Purple Thursday, which is in support of Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So if you have some purple clothes in your closet or accessories, you can wear them today to show your support. Now for a quick check of the forecast, it seems like it'll be mostly cloudy today like it has been, so let's turn things over to meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Janessa, thank you very much. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Quality Automotive and Brewer. Experience the Quality Automotive difference. Reliable service and expert care that you can depend on. Call us to schedule your next appointment. 922-2043. Alrighty, here we go. We have a small craft advisory up now until 6 a.m. as we head towards your Friday. Gale warnings also up until 8 a.m. as we head towards your Friday as well. We're also watching that area low pressure. It's rotating as just off to the east, and that's going to be sending some rain in our direction along with some gusty winds. So it's going to be a little bit messy out there as we do move forward for a little while. You can see the rotation right about in here, and that's what's going to be sending the gusty winds and the rain in our direction. So I'm going to plot this on here. You can see where the system is located, and it's going to be messy out there for a little while yet. So Futurecast moving forward today, it tries to switch a little bit of this over to a tiny bit of snowflakes. I'm not too concerned about that, mainly just rain for us moving forward in time. We'll start to see this backing off later on tonight, but the gusty winds will remain. So the hourly forecast moving forward today, a mostly cloudy sky. Of course, we'll see temperatures only in the 40s today. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Janessa?
Thank you, Devin. With Penobscot County's budget deadline right around the corner, the Brewer City Council is calling for a change. Our Alex Schley tells us why city leaders say the county's budget isn't sustainable.
Brewer City Council is pushing back against what they call unsustainable county spending. On Tuesday, the Brewer City Council sent a letter to the Penobscot County Commission expressing concerns over the rapid growth of the county's budget. The letter, signed by the mayor and city council, read in part, quote, "Over the last decade, Penobscot County's budget has grown by 88%, and this does not include the jail budget, which grew at an even faster 93%. Mayor Daniels says this growth isn't sustainable.
You have to tighten your belt. You have to really buckle down and figure out, how this is working, because the cities and towns can't keep putting this out constantly. We can't keep upping our taxes because your budget is off."
Daniels points to the aging Penobscot County Jail as being a continuous drain on resources, arguing a new facility is long overdue. Penobscot County Sheriff Troy Morton agrees, saying the way Maine funds its county jails has been a long-standing challenge.
Our process is that the revenues for the county jail are coming almost solely through property tax. And that's something that folks are very cognizant of.
Morton says a new facility would help ease the financial burden on local towns. Those involved acknowledge that even if approved, building a new jail would take time.
We're 3 to 5 years out from building a jail. They have to go out for bond. They have to vote to spend that money, and it has to be approved.
In the meantime, Daniel says the county needs to find places to cut back instead of passing cost onto the towns.
You can't have all of these things. You're going to have to put things aside.
In Penobscot County, Alex Schley for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Another issue related to the Penobscot County budget continues to be finding sufficient funding to move forward with a new Penobscot County jail. While many municipal leaders and stakeholders agree that the new facility is necessary, the issue on how to fully fund it remains unsolved. Sheriff Troy Morton told the county commissioners yesterday that though he doesn't want to make the jail a political issue, it should be something that gubernatorial candidates address.
I hope that during this election process, not to get political on this, but there's an opportunity, no matter what side of the party we're looking at, to speak to these governors or potential governors and talk about taking care of county funding. We can't keep doing what we're doing, go back to the state every year and beg on DOC to help pay for this, but nor should it be solely on the taxpayer.
Well, what, if any, role did the Department of Health and Human Services play in the case of 2 family members who were allegedly murdered by their own foster child? That was the question before Maine's Government Oversight Committee as they met with leadership from the Office of Program Evaluation and Government Accountability yesterday. OPEGA Director Peter Schleck responded to questions from the committee and explained the uniqueness of this situation. According to Schleck, the amount of information OPEGA can release after investigating DHHS could be limited by the fact that the person being charged in this case is a juvenile. The committee ultimately voted in favor of OPEGA launching a full investigation into DHHS. Lawmakers say it needs to be determined if DHHS could have done anything to prevent these alleged murders and what can be done to ensure it never happens again.
It looks to me that there were a lot of red flags, and I'm not sure that those red flags were addressed properly, but I can't say yes or no. So I'd like the facts so that we can move forward and make sure that nobody else dies in this state. In situations like this where it looks like people were told and that a lot of people knew that this young man had some very serious issues. And I really just want to know how much the department knew.
It is unclear as to when OPEGA's investigation can begin, as the criminal prosecution is currently ongoing and it involves a minor. A Bangor man charged with murder is now without legal representation, just weeks before his trial was set to begin. In September of 2024, Richard Thorpe was charged with murder in connection with the death of his former girlfriend, Virginia Cookson. Thorpe had been represented by court-appointed attorneys Donald Brown and Matthew Foster. But on Wednesday, Thorpe agreed to seek new counsel after Brown filed a motion to withdraw.
I wasn't the one that requested it, but I just think we have philosophical differences that I think I'd be better represented by Hunter Tavares or somebody else.
The judge told Thorpe it could take some time to find new representation, meaning his December trial date will be postponed. The Maine State Chamber of Commerce hosted their annual awards ceremony last night. Our Callie Warren was in attendance and has those details.
Really bringing together chamber members, really celebrating the success of leadership.
It's an event to celebrate local commerce and all who make it possible. On Wednesday, hundreds gathered to the Cross Insurance Center for the Maine State Chamber of Commerce's annual awards ceremony, where they recognize those with measurable impacts on local economic development across the state.
There's so much national division, and really, I think this is a celebration that what is it that unites us? It's really the prosperity, communities thriving, and that is local chambers that are really bringing that connectedness back together.
Governor Mills addressed the crowds, remarking on the economic improvements she's helped create during her tenure.
We've been making investments in Maine people to create the conditions, the environment for strong economic growth.
Every year, the statewide chamber bestows a Maine person or group with the Dirigo Award, a prestigious recognition honoring those who show commitment to the state.
It's a great honor and one that I never expected.
Representative Sawin Millett was this year's recipient as he reflects on over 60 years of public service.
Well, I've had 20 years of legislative work, 23 years in the executive branch, and I've moved back and forth between and among 8 governors and 9 legislative sessions. It's been a great learning experience. I've learned to get along with people, and I think we've done some good things.
After anticipation built throughout the evening, the Bangor Region Chamber of Commerce was named the Chamber of the Year for their hard work in the area.
We have a vibrant, exciting economy, and we are a place where people want to continue to live and visit and move to.
In Bangor, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
In other news this morning, MotiveCare CEO Heath Sampson is speaking out after local lawmakers last week urged Maine DHHS to strip the company of its contract to supply MaineCare members rides to medical appointments. Our Doug Banks spoke with Sampson and has the details.
MotiveCare is a national healthcare services company providing non-emergency medical transportation. In 2023, the company was awarded a 10-year, $750 million contract to supply MaineCare members rides to medical appointments. And according to CEO Heath Sampson, they also give roughly $30 million out to other small transportation companies to conduct similar services. But its performance in Maine is the subject of ire for certain local lawmakers who claimed MotiveCare's complaint rates have risen, a claim Sampson says isn't true.
We're less than 0.1% of complaints. Now, every interaction, every issue, every complaint matters, so that's important. So I don't want to minimize any individual. But the facts and the data say differently, and definitely when compared to the other brokers.
On Wednesday, October 8th, those lawmakers also called upon Maine DHHS to reissue MotiveCare's MaineCare contract to a new company based on the alleged complaint rate increase and also because the company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy back in August.
It made sense for us to reset that because the load was too heavy to ensure that we're stable. So it really was that decision to relieve a lot of debt that we had, to ensure that we have the right capital and investment and stability.
Sampson says the reasoning behind the company filing for bankruptcy was due to past actions and acquisitions accumulating debt on their balance sheet before Sampson was in charge.
I hope people will start seeing through the political rhetoric and yes, understand that this bankruptcy is a restructuring and it's voluntary to ensure we are strong into the future, not the opposite.
Doug Banks reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Central Maine Power Company is defending its request for a rate hike. They filed a 5-year, $1.5 billion spending plan with the Public Utilities Commission back in September. CMP spokesperson says as part of this proposal, the company is seeking approval to hire approximately 400 new full-time Maine-based employees, which includes 200 new line workers. They say Maine is the most forested state in the nation, and tree damage remains the leading cause of power outages for CMP. Under the plan, they will run hundreds of miles of covered tree wire. He says the plan also includes replacing old utility poles, installing additional smart technology, and significant upgrades to substations from York to Penobscot County. Opponents say the proposed rate hike will be too much for customers. And new leadership has taken the helm at Northern Light Health following CEO Tim Dentry's announcement over the summer that he would retire. Dr. R. Guy Hudson has assumed the role of president and CEO of Northern Light Health. The system says he brings more than 2 decades of clinical and executive experience to the role and is an accomplished pediatric surgeon as well as an experienced physician executive and CEO. He has also provided medical care internationally, including in Guatemala and Uganda. He says he foresees a bright future for the health system, commenting that following COVID, quote, a lot of health systems are having trouble getting back up on their feet. I think Northern Light has a real opportunity to rise and keep moving forward. The time now is 8:14. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, Bangor Floral held their annual Pedal It Forward event yesterday, handing flowers out to people in downtown Bangor. But first, let's take another look at that forecast. For today, mostly cloudy with rain showers, temperatures in the high 40s. Tonight, mostly cloudy and windy, temperatures in the high 30s. And tomorrow, partly cloudy and windy as well, temperatures right around 57. We'll be right back.
Bring your new kitchen to life with help from the Kitchen, Bath, and Flooring Division by Hammond Lumber Company. Bring in your ideas or get inspired by Hammond's extensive showroom displays. Your Hammond sales rep will help you create a materials list and cost estimate, and Hammond's designers will help you visualize your space before the work begins. And Hammond delivers from 34 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Your new kitchen begins when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Autumn is here. That means winter is just around the corner, and so are higher energy bills. But when Washington tried to cut critical heating assistance to thousands of Mainers, it was Senator Susan Collins who rescued it. A fierce defender of the program, Senator Collins has secured $700 million in funds to help Mainers afford their heating bills, providing essential help for those on fixed incomes. Call, thank Senator Collins, and ask her to keep fighting and winning for Maine.
At China Walk on Broadway in Bangor, we're serving up your Chinese favorites. Our food is delicious, our staff is friendly, and our service is fast. Open Tuesday through Sunday, call ahead, order online, or just stop by. Enjoy our indoor dining for the full experience, or get takeout that the whole family will enjoy. We'll make sure your cravings are satisfied. China Walk on Broadway in Bangor, where tradition meets flavor.
Judge Judy never misses a beat.
This is my playpen.
I get that, Your Honor.
Perfect.
Next is mental anguish.
Yours or mine? It's getting bad for you.
I don't understand why you're so upset with me.
Does this face look stupid to you? Am I doing all right?
Excellent.
That's what I like to hear.
Judge Judy.
Weekdays at 6 on Fox 22.
Welcome back, everyone. A group in Dover-Foxcroft is already busy trying to make Christmas happier for those who need a little extra help. The Kiwanis Club and RSU 68 staff are planning their annual giving program. In the past 2 years, over 200 students and more than 95 families have been served by this program. It is open to any child under the age of 18 in the RSU 68 school district, including those who are homeschooling. If you'd like to help or make a tax-deductible donation, you can leave a message at 207-270-0536. People were all smiles in West Market Square in Bangor yesterday. That's because Bangor Floral was there handing out flowers to unsuspecting people on the street. Each person actually got 2 flowers, one to keep and one to give to someone else. The random act of kindness effort, called Pedal It Forward, is designed to help people start their day with more smiles and less stress.
I love the people's reactions. I love seeing them smile. I've had people hug me. I've had people start to cry. It's just the best feeling ever.
This is the 4th year Bangor Floral has participated in Pedal It Forward, which was organized by the Society of American Florists. Murray says it is the happiest day of the year. The time now is 8:18. After the break, we'll learn all about different museum displays in New York City with a museum fanatic who's visited over 100. Plus, President Trump confirms he's authorized CIA operations in Venezuela as the government shutdown stretches into its 3rd week. Those stories and more straight ahead on Good Morning Maine.
Purple Coat Bangor is open and ready for business. Jump into the best products, pricing, and customer service in town. Join a growing community with monthly events, art and music nights, daily specials, and plenty of good vibes. Located at 431 Audlin Road, right off of 395. Stop by and check us out today.
These days you can buy a new mattress anywhere. However, getting the right mattress at the right price will keep you up at night. When you're ready for a new mattress, come to Dorsey's. We've delivered more mattresses to this area than any other retailer. With over 48 years of experience, the largest in-stock selection, plus our 30-night sleep guarantee, we've got the right mattress for you at a great price. Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A, Holden. Sleep well, my friends.
It's another exciting year of high school football in the state of Maine. Get out and support your home team and be looking for the ABC7 Sports Blitz crew. You can get a free Sports Blitz t-shirt, then watch Sports Blitz during ABC7 News at 11 every Friday night during the football season. Blitz shirts courtesy of
Central Equipment Company, Harvey RV and Marine, Healing Strength Massage, Ideal Energy Solutions, Maine Paving, the Bangor UPS Store, Twin City Tile, Worcester Enterprise.
Rowell's Garage has been serving customers in the greater Dover-Foxcroft region since 1946. Our goal is not just selling you a vehicle, but also giving you quality service to maintain your vehicle at peak performance. Browse our inventory online or in person, whether it's a car, truck, or SUV. We can put you in the vehicle that is right for you. Sales, service, and parts. Rowell's Garage. Doing business the right way every day.
Purple Coat Bangor is open and ready for business. Jump into the best products, pricing, and customer service in town. Join a growing community with monthly events, art and music nights, daily specials, and plenty of good vibes. Located at 431 Audlin Road, right off of 395. Stop by and check us out today.
Well, there's normally no talking in museums, but there is plenty of looking. And in New York, it's a feast for the eyes, with the Big Apple being one of the museum capitals of the world, as one woman is finding out firsthand. Here's ABC's Danny New.
Sure, we may know about New York's legendary Museum of Natural History, as seen in Night at the Museum.
I'm at the Brooklyn Seltzer Museum in East New York.
But did you know the city also has, for example, a museum for seltzer?
There's more than just like the MoMA and the Met and the Guggenheim, all the big ones that we take our friends to when they visit New York.
For the past 4 years, Jane August here has been on a mission to visit the estimated 200 museums you can find tucked into the Big Apple's 5 boroughs.
It's gone way bigger than I ever expected it would be, and now we're here at 143 museums.
It began as a pet project when she was furloughed in the pandemic, and now, more than 1 million likes later, Jane has kind of become social media's NYC Museum ambassador.
They have toys from the 70s, 80s, and beyond.
She's taken folks to lesser-known gems like the Museum of Nostalgia in Queens.
Today I'm at the Red Hook Pinball Museum.
And a newly opened pinball museum in Brooklyn.
It's these two guys who have a passion for restoring vintage pinball machines, and at the point where they want people to see them all.
She's also explored museums on the history of tattoos, lighthouses, Broadway, and even the one inside of the Statue of Liberty. However, when Jane went, she did not accidentally wear the same shade of green.
It's the only place in the city where you can publicly see human bones.
In fact, since we're now officially in spooky season, I must tell you that Jane has even visited a place called the Bone Museum. It has the country's largest display of human spines.
Do they sell bones at the gift shop?
I don't know, they recently opened a whole gift shop since I've gone. I'm at the South Street Seaport Museum.
But 4 years and almost 150 museums in, Jane says now new museums are reaching out to ask her to come visit when they open. So technically, Jane may now need to visit over 200. Not that I hear her complaining.
At this point, all the museums in New York City are my children.
I checked in with Jane today, and she said she just hit museum number 145 with the American Irish Historical Society, but for her last one, she is saving the Metropolitan Museum of Art, also known as the Met, in New York. For ABC News, I'm Danny New.
The time now is 8:22. Let's get a full look at our weather forecast with meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Janessa, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Quality Automotive and Brewer. Experience the Quality Automotive difference. Reliable service and expert care that you can depend on. Call us to schedule your next appointment, 922-2043. Alrighty, here we go. We have a small crowd advisory up until 6 a.m. as we head towards your Friday. There it is, and you can barely see it right about in there. We also have a gale warning posted until 8 a.m. as we head towards your Friday as well. That area low pressure really stirring up the ocean now at around 3 to 6 feet only, but that's only going to get worse as we do move forward in time. Thanks to that area low pressure that's currently located right there, and it's going to be sending some precipitation in our direction today. Only as rain, it tries to get a few snowflakes going with our Futurecast model. I'll show you that in just a little bit, but I'm only concerned with the rainfall that will be moving in for us coming up throughout the daytime period. The bigger picture only showing that system across parts of the Northeast. Everyone else, probably some gusty winds, and that's about it. More activity off towards the west, and currently that's about it. But I'm going to plot the system. You can see that right there, and it's going to be a strong one with the gusty winds stirring up the ocean. High pressure off towards the north, keeping parts of Canada calm at this time. So Futurecast, again, it tries to plot a few snowflakes, and while the northern parts not out of the realm of possibility for us, and for most spots just mainly rain and gusty winds, and that's about it. Now all this goes away later on tonight. Mainly the rain part will hold on to the clouds and the gusty winds, especially as we head towards your Friday, and it continues as we head towards Friday evening, and even as we head towards your Saturday. Even though the clouds start to break up, the gusty winds will remain, and gusty winds for today can reach up to 25 to even 30 miles per hour at times, and the gusty winds remain overnight and even as we head towards parts of your Friday. Any rainfall would be welcomed as drought and even up to extreme drought remains. We'll see a new drought monitor released later on today. Your forecast coming up, mostly cloudy rain showers with highs only in the upper 40s and a north wind gusting up to around 40. Yes, 40 miles per hour at times. Upper 30s tonight, mostly cloudy and windy with that north wind getting up to about 35 miles per hour. Tomorrow we have upper 50s, partly cloudy and windy with that north wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. And let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by Quality Automotive. Mostly sunny on Saturday with highs in the low 60s and then mid 60s Sunday under a mostly cloudy sky. Rain showers for your Monday with highs in the low 60s.
When Blazing Trails located in Lincoln wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Blazing Trails is Lincoln's #1 trusted dispensary, providing outstanding product and customer service to eastern and central Maine.
Time to get clean!
Yes, but that liquid detergent leaves you covered in harsh chemical residue. Not Earth Breeze. Just one sheet gives you a powerful clean.
Switch now at earthbreeze.com.
Craving something delicious? Welcome to High Street Market, located at 167 Enfield Road in Lincoln. Breakfast options? Grab a cup of coffee and try one of our sandwiches or burritos. When breakfast is over, we're just getting started. Pizza, subs, burgers, and pastries. Come get lost in Danny's Beer Cave. Order online and save 10% off your first order. High Street Market, where your taste buds go to party.
Fires, floods, burst pipes. Disasters happen, but the mess they leave behind doesn't have to last. For 40 years, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration has been there to help Mainers get back to the closest to normal as they can. When your property is at its worst, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration is at their best, and they have been for 4 decades. Put your trust in the Bouchard team. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest.
Looking to power your home or business with efficiency and reliability? At Ideal Energy Solutions, we specialize in residential and commercial electrical services, heat pump installation and service, and are an authorized Generac dealer, built to keep you running in any weather. We're proud registered vendors with Efficiency Maine, from residential upgrades to commercial installations. Don't settle for less than ideal. Go with Ideal Energy Solutions. Call today.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, this morning, President Trump confirms he's authorized CIA operations in Venezuela, even exploring possible land strikes inside the country. The revelation comes as the government shutdown stretches into its 3rd week. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio was in Washington with the latest.
This morning, the Venezuelan government is denouncing President Trump after he indicated his administration is exploring land strikes inside the South American country.
Are you considering strikes on land?
Well, I don't want to tell you exactly, but we are certainly looking at land now because we've got the sea very well under control.
Trump now acknowledging he's authorized covert CIA action in the country, escalating a campaign against Venezuela's authoritarian leader, Nicolas Maduro.
No a la guerra!
Maduro lashed back at Trump, saying that he doesn't want the CIA in Venezuela, and what he says is its track record of carrying out coups in Latin America, saying, quote, "How long will CIA coups continue?" It comes after the U.S. carried out its 5th deadly strike on an alleged drug smuggling boat off Venezuela. When the president was asked why he was striking the boats instead of using traditional Coast Guard operations where officers can verify who's on board, Trump claimed the Coast Guard boats weren't fast enough to keep up with drug traffickers.
They have faster boats. Some of these boats are seriously, they're world-class speedboats, but they're not faster than missiles.
The administration has provided no evidence linking the boats or the 27 people killed so far to smuggling operations, prompting criticism from both sides of the political aisle.
There's lots of people who have been designated terrorists. That does not automatically give the authority to take lethal action.
These boats may not have had any drugs on it. We will never know because they were blown to smithereens.
Meanwhile, the government shutdown is now entering its third week with no insight. Already, more than 4,000 federal workers have lost their jobs during the government shutdown, and the Trump administration says that number will more than double. But a judge has ordered the administration to immediately halt those mass firings.
While military troops and the FBI will still get paid, hundreds of thousands of other federal workers, including air traffic controllers, will not. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
With negotiators in the U.S. and Middle East eyeing the second phase of the White House's plan between Israel and Hamas, ongoing delays regarding the return of the bodies of remaining deceased hostages are still in Gaza, and tensions are elevated. This as President Donald Trump discusses the efforts to recover the remains. Fox News' Ted Linzer reports on the latest.
Vans arriving Wednesday evening at a forensic institute in Tel Aviv, carrying the remains of 2 additional deceased Israeli hostages returned by Hamas. It comes as medical experts there have been working to identify the bodies of other captives recently handed over by the group.
In addition to the identification, tests were made to determine the cause of death, to provide families with full information on their loved ones' final moments.
But as the White House's 20-point peace plan continues being carried out, it's also being put to the test. According to Israeli forensic officials, one of the bodies that was returned Tuesday by Hamas did not belong to any of the deceased hostages.
It's a gruesome process. I almost hate to talk about it, but they're digging. They're actually digging.
And as Israel still waits for the bodies of every remaining deceased hostage, President Donald Trump cites the ongoing process in the Gaza Strip to recover them.
They have to remove rubble, but there are graves, and some are in tunnels that died in tunnels that are way down under the earth.
Hundreds of people, meanwhile, continue paying their respects to the captives who died, as some of the family members of the 20 living hostages who were freed recount their ordeals. The mother of Alon Ohel sharing what helped give him strength.
He talks about how during captivity he saw how the people of Israel fought for him. He saw pictures of strangers he didn't know holding his photo, and it moved him and gave him the strength to survive in captivity.
Ted Lindner, Fox News.
An American developer aids Ukrainians in a time of need. Utah real estate developer Deloy Hansen has made it his mission since 2022 to spend more than $140 million to build and repair homes across Ukraine. Hansen privately funded the community, which is known as the Hansen Village, which provides housing for around 2,000 Ukrainian evacuees. The community contains paved roads and includes amenities like school, health clinic, swimming pool, and basketball court. Hansen plans to continue funding the private and nonprofit projects to help displaced Ukrainians. Meanwhile, in the eastern part of Ukraine, volunteers work to convert old and abandoned buildings into shelters for those evacuees. According to the United Nations, 4.5 million Ukrainians have registered as displaced. Coming up on the second half of the newscast, a cold case dating back to the mid-1980s has now been solved after all of these years. This and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
John Brown first opened his own appliance store in Ellsworth in 1976. With his gift of storytelling, a strong work ethic, and a philosophy of putting others first, John and his wife and children saw the business prosper and grow. Today's third and fourth generation of family and their entire team continue to follow the example set by their grandparents and parents. Brown Appliance and Mattress, High Street, Ellsworth, a family tradition of quality, value, and customer service that always puts you first.
Every answer tells a story.
You had a maiden call. What instrument would it sound like? Trombone. Y'all ain't gonna get no girls.
But sometimes, don't tell it on national TV.
Give me a time you tell your partner to be quiet.
During sex. I don't need no chit-chat.
Bring it.
Family Feud.
Bring it. Slang it. Don't sing it. Bring it!
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
You're watching Fox 22 Bangor.
let's turn things right back over to meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Janessa, thank you very much. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Quality Automotive and Brewer. Experience the Quality Automotive difference. Reliable service and expert care that you can depend on. Call us to schedule your next appointment. 922-2043. Alrighty, here we go. We have a small craft advisory up now until 6 a.m. as we head towards your Friday. Gale warnings also up until 8 a.m. as we head towards your Friday as well. We're also watching that area low pressure. It's rotating as just off to the east, and that's going to be sending some rain in our direction along with some gusty winds. So it's going to be a little bit messy out there as we do move forward for a little while. You can see the rotation right about in here, and that's what's going to be sending the gusty winds and the rain in our direction. So I'm going to plot this on here. You can see where the system is located, and it's going to be messy out there for a little while yet. So Futurecast moving forward today, it tries to switch a little bit of this over to a tiny bit of snowflakes. I'm not too concerned about that, mainly just rain for us moving forward in time. We'll start to see this backing off later on tonight, but the gusty winds will remain. So the hourly forecast moving forward today, a mostly cloudy sky. Of course, we'll see temperatures only in the 40s today. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Janessa?
Thank you, Devin. Now to a break in a cold case dating back to the mid-1980s. A teenager murdered after leaving work. All these years later, police say they've solved the case thanks to a straw from a drink that was thrown in the trash. Here's ABC's Andrea Fuji.
This morning, investigators on Long Island, New York say this is the man they've been looking for nearly 41 years. Thanks to DNA technology, 63-year-old Richard Bilodeau is now behind bars.
Well, let me tell you something, Mr. Bilodeau. It's 2025, and I got you now.
Investigators say Bilodeau killed 16-year-old Teresa Fusco back in 1984. She just left her job at this roller skating rink and never came home. Her body found a month later. Police say she'd been sexually assaulted, beaten, and strangled. 3 men were arrested for her death, but they'd always insisted they were innocent. And in 2003, DNA technology exonerated them.
I always knew that DNA testing would vindicate me.
Investigators say they never gave up looking for the real killer. And in 2023, a DNA sample from Teresa's body was sent to a lab to build a DNA profile of the killer. Using genetic genealogy, investigators searched for possible relatives of the suspect, which led them to Bilodeau. Last February, when he threw away this smoothie cup, investigators grabbed it and say they found the DNA on that straw was a match to DNA found on Teresa.
100% match. We got the guy.
Teresa's father, grateful.
I only loved her and I miss her. That's all I can say. She lives in my heart, as you can see.
Bilodeau does not have any previous arrests.
Mr. Bilodeau professes his innocence. He pled not guilty today, and we're looking forward for the matter to go through the court system.
Bilodeau denied knowing Teresa Fusco, but apparently told investigators that back in the 80s, people got away with murder. He's due back in court next month. Andrea Fuji, ABC News, New York.
Still to come here this morning, Jack Webb with sports and our Pet of the Week segment. Don't go away.
Worcester Enterprise, Eastern and Central Maine's locally trusted property maintenance company, specializing in renovations, land prep, and driveway repair. Worcester Enterprise is your go-to for quality work and excellent customer service. Give them a call today for a free estimate.
Move your car without moving at all. How it should be. The Hyundai Tucson. Right now, get a Hyundai Tucson SE for 0% APR for 60 months or lease for just $259 a month. See your local Bangor Hyundai dealer.
Tired of worrying whether your credit will hold you back from getting a car? At Down East Credit Union, we believe everyone deserves reliable transportation, even with less than perfect credit. Let us guide you every step of the way. If your credit score is under 670 or you've had setbacks like bankruptcy or repossession, that doesn't mean you're out of options. We'll help you get pre-approved, guide you through car shopping, and work with you on a plan to rebuild your credit. Reach out to Down East Credit Union today. Let's get you on the road confidently.
Are plumbing problems giving you a headache? Look no further than Sprague's Plumbing Solutions. With more than 10 years experience, Sprague's Plumbing Solutions has the knowledge to assist with your plumbing issues. Whether it's a service, remodel, new build, or commercial, we've got you covered. For reliable, professional plumbing services, call Sprague's Plumbing Solutions today for a free estimate. 951-1637. We're here to make your plumbing problems disappear. Worcester Enterprise, Eastern and Central Maine's locally trusted property maintenance company, specializing in renovations, land prep, and driveway repair. Worcester Enterprise is your go-to for quality work and excellent customer service. Give them a call today for a free estimate.
Welcome back in, folks. The Maine Black Bears are 2-0 after opening weekend and now must shift their focus to a top-ranked opponent. Our Max Sturm has a story.
The Maine Black Bears scored 2 wins on opening weekend versus the Holy Cross Crusaders at the new Alfond Arena. Both Friday and Saturday's victories were highlighted by young talent stepping up and the team as a whole maintaining good control of the puck.
It's always good when those guys, feel confident there, early on, and so they were playing the game the right way for the most part. When you work hard, good things tend to happen.
It was important for us to get off to a hot start there out of conference, and I thought we saw a lot of room to improve, but I thought we kind of responded well, especially considering how the exhibition game went.
Maine faces a new challenge this upcoming weekend as they will take on the number 10 ranked team in the nation, the Quinnipiac Bobcats, in a doubleheader. Both head coach Ben Barr and the team's leaders understand what it takes to beat a recent national champion team and acknowledge the importance of being tested early on in the season.
You got to play a simple game against them and try to just get the puck in their zone. That's usually the hardest part against them, is getting sustained zone time.
I think it's important to kind of have those tests early on in the season, kind of see where you're at and see the areas you need to improve upon, because ultimately if you want to win the national championship, you have to beat a lot of those teams in a row.
The seasoned veterans on this Maine squad are no strangers to facing top competition early on. On the other hand, the newer faces on this team will experience their first matchup with a top 10 opponent on Friday. The message to them from their leaders is simple: play the game the way they know how.
If you're looking to make plays without your feet moving, it's just going to end up in a turnover probably. So just keep your feet moving, have your head up, and make plays.
Obviously, we see the craziest environment here, but they're all cheering for us. So it's definitely a little bit different, but just trying your best to kind of block it out, focus on the game, focus on what you can control, not letting the outside noise kind of dictate how you play.
In Orono, Max Sturm, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Thanks for that, Max. Following the Buffalo Bills loss on Monday night, the Patriots now hold first place in the AFC East. The Pats will travel to Nashville, where they'll take on a team at the bottom of the AFC in the Titans, who just fired their head coach Brian Callahan this week. Mike Vrabel not only knows exactly what it's like to be fired in the NFL, but in Nashville as well, as the Titans let him go just 2 seasons ago. Vrabel actually reached out to his former replacement when he heard the news.
Reached out to Brian Callahan this week.
Is that true? Yeah, sure. Why? Of course I did. I mean, I don't want to see anybody that shares a job with you, get let go. That's not the, that's a tough feeling. There's a human element to this, and that I don't want to forget. I just remember all those coaches or people that reached out after I was let go, and I think that's important, because nobody texts when you lose; they all text when you win.
Vrabel returns to Nashville with a 4-2 football team this weekend, looking to just rub a little extra salt in that wound down in Tennessee. Let's go local again for high school boys soccer. It's the Foxcroft Academy Ponies making the trip to Ellsworth to face the Eagles early first half, and the Eagles already holding a 1-0 lead. The Ponies get a free kick, and it's blocked by front Eli Inhouse, who helps clear up the field on the same possession. A penalty was called in the box. So you know what that means. It's PK time for Haven Cadroneo, who boots it in past the Ponies keeper to increase the Eagles' lead. Another free kick for the Ponies. This time it's Eagles keeper Cooper Mitchell flying high in the air to make an incredible save, and then a wild defensive play for the Ponies. The defender gets in front of one shot, and then Alex Schaffberg just barely gets his hand on it. Another shot to hold the score 2-0. Schaffberg then makes a big one-on-one save, but Ellsworth is going to go on to win this one 5-0. Folks, the MLB is deep into the postseason as both championship series are 2 games in, and a home team hasn't won a game just yet. The Mariners went on the road and took 2 from the Blue Jays after a dramatic 15-inning Game 5 last week against the Guardians, but now held, geez, I'm crow. A 2-0 lead going into the game tonight, 3 in Seattle. The Blue Jays picked up a win with their backs against the wall. Meanwhile, the Dodgers went on the road and took both in Milwaukee as the Brewers faced an 0-2 deficit, holding LA. Glare on the screen here. This is a disaster. Game 3, Thursday night at 6. I hope you're holding your laughs in as AJ is right behind the camera here. That was pretty hilarious. That is all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break. Thank God, not me.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter. You just get more when you bundle and save at Bob's. So when you bundle our Consumer Reports recommended Treasure mattress with Power Bob Elite adjustable base with multiple features and hundreds of 5-star reviews, you get more relaxation, more pressure relief, more restful nights, and more energized mornings. I said, and more energized mornings. Every single time.
Oh my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
Honey, where's the countertop?
I sent it out to the granite shop this morning to be replaced.
Wow! The quickest turnaround in the business, the Granite Shop in Sedgwick.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm here for our Pet of the Week segment with Catherine, as always, from the Bangor Humane Society. Thanks for coming in and bringing this handsome guy with you.
Thank you for giving me a chance to bring this guy on a field trip. Yeah.
So who is this?
So this is Zader, and I know that Zader has been featured before. This is actually the 3rd time that Zader has been with us at the Bangor Humane Society. I know, it's the saddest story. And he was with one of his families for quite a few years, and they just had to move and couldn't take him. And That's just the reality that we're living in, and that's why we're glad to be at the shelter so that we can help guys like this.
Yeah.
And then the last time he came back to us, because he is not dog friendly, and he unfortunately had an event at a dog park with another dog, and he ended up back with us. So as you can see, I mean, he's just the sweetest boy.
He is. He's just so cuddly.
He is. He just does not like other dogs. He does have a high prey drive, so he can't be with cats either.
Right.
He's really just looking for, honestly, at this point in his life at 9, he's looking for somebody who's just low key.
Right.
He doesn't want to go for super long walks anymore.
Yeah.
He wants to go for rides. He wants munchkins at the drive-through, you know.
Yeah.
And he just kind of wants to hang out and nap and take it easy.
I feel like he'd be a really good dog for someone who either lives by themselves and needs a companion, and just, you know, like you said, someone who doesn't have other animals.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
look at that face.
We're waiting for the unicorn to come through the door. And you know, the fact of the matter is that there are actually a lot of shelter dogs that need that unicorn, need to be the only animal in the home. And so it does mean that sometimes they stay with us a little longer. But this is a perfectly adoptable dog. He's a great guy. So hopefully.
His personality seems pretty mellow.
He's very chill.
Very mellow, very cuddly and friendly.
He is. He is. He's just a sweetheart. And if you have snacks, he loves you even more.
Well, I don't have snacks right now. And I know we were talking just a little bit before we started here about some of the other events you have going on this month and into next week.
Yeah, exactly. This is basically our Subaru month. We have a lot of great support and a close relationship with Quirk Subaru. We get support from Subaru of New England, Subaru of America with their Share the Love campaign that happens at the end of the year. Right now, though, we're doing SNE Loves Pets, which is a hashtag campaign with Subaru of New England. Every time you post a photo of your animal with the hashtag, we get $10.
That's awesome.
Up to about $6,250. So it's a great way to support us. And next week we'll be having a fun discounted adoption event. Quirk Subaru will be with us on Friday.
Yeah.
We're going to be filling a Forester full of supplies and donations for the animals. So yeah, lots going on. October's busy.
With the hashtag, is that on all social media, or is that Facebook?
It's mostly Facebook and Instagram. I'm not really sure how TikTok works with hashtags. Maybe you can tell me. But the focus is definitely Facebook and Instagram, and I think people like the opportunity to show off their animals.
Yeah,
so
that's
post, and you can post as many unique photos of your animals as you want to, and as long as it has that hashtag on there, we still get the donation.
Yeah, and I'm sure people can visit your website to find more information on that stuff too.